My name is Brian J. My pronouns are he, him, his. Sometimes I'm known as Mama J, and it's fabulous to have you all here. This is 18 years of doing this banquet, and it's so fabulous to see everybody, especially those who have been here for so many years, as well as folks who are new. 5 years ago, we lost an important member of the GSAFE community, our friend Judy Devereaux. Judy inspired us to dream big. As board co-chair, Judy challenged us to transform our small scholarship reception held in the basement of the Unitarian Society. To transform that from a cake event, which was beautiful but small, to our now vibrant celebration of leadership here at Monona Terrace. She guided our efforts to establish ourselves as a separate nonprofit organization, and she also mentored staff and other board members to be less fearful in the pursuit of growing our budget to better serve LGBTQ youth in Wisconsin. And I'm confident for folks who know Judy that she would have loved the thermometer thing that we did just now. She's happy about that. Judy also gave us our nickname GSAFE. Judy had a gift for bringing people together to transform and impact the greater community. She advanced values of connectedness, identity, and doing what is right for the greater good. Judy lived boldly and worked towards a common vision of a world that values and celebrates all members of the LGBT community. With this being the 5-year anniversary of her passing, we'd just like to take a moment to honor Judy and let her know that we're still growing, we're still organizing, and we're still dreaming big. Thank you, Judy. As mentioned earlier, GSAFE is working with Wisconsin school districts to include protections based on gender identity, gender expression, and gender nonconformity in their student non-discrimination policies. Such policies provide clear protections not only for transgender students, but also for those who get harassed or denied opportunities because they are perceived as being not masculine or not feminine enough. In February of this year, the Shorewood School District became the first Milwaukee area district to pass these non-discrimination protections. They also became the first Wisconsin school district to simultaneously approve specific implementation guidelines on how the policy should be enacted and enforced. Both were unanimously approved by the Shorewood Board of Education, which I kind of want to applaud. Although I am happy to say that at every school board meeting I've been at in the past year, this policy has passed unanimously, which doesn't take away from Shorewood, but really illustrates the fact that school boards are willing to take that risk and say, yes, this is something that's important. So that makes me really confident for the movement. The impact of Shorewood's actions wasn't just contained to their community. In developing their policy and guidelines, they reached out to the Wisconsin Association of School Boards for guidance, which resulted in WASB developing a model policy with inclusive language and guidelines for other districts to adopt. It's on their website so that when people say, hey, we've got this question about transgender students, our organization that supports school boards across the state of Wisconsin now has something that says, here's the right thing to do, which is also amazing. Thank you. When the district boldly announced the changes on their community blog, it garnered both local and national attention. Other districts are now reaching out to them for advice. At least I've been told, yes? Okay, yeah, they're nodding. All right. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before Ellen or Melissa Harris Perry gives them a call. Shorewood's leadership has a significant impact on students and parents of students both past and present. I reached out to a couple of students and some parents and got a couple of thoughts from them. Livia, a 2009 Shorewood graduate, felt proud when she heard the news. She said, not having those supports in place while I was in school was very impactful. I was pretty depressed at the time, and after high school I felt suicidal. I felt disassociated from myself, my classwork, my classmates, my community, and my school. Students are often penalized for discovering ourselves, she said. It's important to me that it's not repeated for other persons. These policies will help prevent that. Livia's mom noted that the fear of stigma, invisibility, and isolation contributed to her daughter's depression and thoughts of suicide. There is nothing wrong with transgender or gender nonconforming people, she said. There is something terribly wrong with a society that discriminates against them. A parent of a current Shorewood student told me, the district's actions relieved many fears I had about how my child will be treated and thought of in school. It also helped me envision a much more positive future for my child, who now feels more safe and comfortable in our district. That same parent said, it sends a message that children should not be afraid to be themselves in a world that often tells them to conform for the comfort of others. Ultimately, this action benefits all children in creating an inclusive learning environment that allows them to reach their potential. Livia told me, it's about safety. And for anyone that's trying to talk with a school or trying to talk with a classmate or a teacher or another parent who say that pronouns aren't important or that names aren't important or it takes too much effort or it takes too much time or this is frivolous, I really want to emphasize what Livia said, that it's about safety. It's about keeping students safe and it's about keeping them alive. Shorewood is a district that walks the walk in terms of being a progressive, inclusive community, a community where everyone is made to not only feel safe, but welcome. For these reasons and more, I'm very pleased to present the Shorewood School District with a special recognition for Best Practice Award. Please join me in thanking them for their bold leadership.
For those of you that don't know, Shorewood is a small suburban school district just north of Milwaukee. It borders Milwaukee, the Milwaukee River, and Lake Michigan. It's 1.5 square miles. We serve 2,000 students. So it's a small suburban school district, and I am proud to be the superintendent of schools. My name is Marty Lexmond. So on behalf of the school district of Shorewood, we're honored to receive this award. Expanding the school district's non-discrimination policy to include transgender status was started as a simple and honest conversation with a parent. And we had to learn a little bit. And as we learned more, the school board quickly embraced the need to change our policy as a simple act of doing the right thing. We didn't think of this as being controversial. We didn't think of this as being groundbreaking. We thought it was simply right. So we're thrilled with the outpouring of support from our community. And we're thrilled with the outpouring of support that came from across the state. We're honored to be in the room tonight, to be among the amazing individuals, and especially our young people, who are advancing the cause of dignity for all human beings. We love the celebration, but know that ultimately our success comes when schools and school districts are not recognized for creating safe environments for all children. We do it because it's right, not because it's special.
Thank you. My name is Paru, Shah, and I'm a school board member. I also want to acknowledge the other 3 school districts this year that passed transgender and non-conforming language in their discrimination policy. I think all of us deserve to celebrate the fact that we were able to make our schools a more safe place for all our students. And I just wanted to add a few thank yous to Marty's comments. First, thank you to GSAFE for continuing their work on ensuring schools are places for all youth to thrive. Brian was a huge supporter of us from the beginning, and his leadership really helped us in developing the policy and thinking about how we were going to present it to the community and the school board. And second, I want to just thank the residents of Shorewood for their unwavering support. After we passed this non-discrimination policy, as Marty said, we got many, many letters and emails from past and current Shorewood residents thanking us. And I feel privileged to live in a community that sees this as something that they can be proud of. And so to conclude, I just want to tell you what one resident said to us. In a world in which children are too often bullied for being different, in a world in which transgender adults are at greatly increased risk of being the target of violence, you have stepped forward with your compassion, wisdom, and understanding. Your actions make our whole community safer and stronger. So thank you again.